Good evening folks, and thanks for joining me on this wild camp. It's the autumn equinox. It'll be the 21st of September tomorrow, so the nights will start to be longer than the days. And we're having a spell of nice warm weather, so I've come out for a hammock camp with a small pack. Now I did a very similar video just over 2 years ago, a hammock camp with this pack, in this location actually, but I thought I would update it just to show you a few refinements I've made to the pack and the way that I pack everything in it. So first of all, if I compare it to the one from 2 years ago, you'll see that I haven't got anything on the top or the bottom. I could if I wanted to, but I thought that was a little bit ugly and I was a bit worried about things snagging. It just looks a bit neater this way. I have, however, added the bungees on the front, which are holding my Helikon Tex ground chair, which I didn't have last time, so that's an addition. I've also got 2 of the Helikon Tex little sear pouches, which are on the left and right near the top, and those are really useful for organising lots of little things. Now I'm not going to show you a full loadout now because I'm running out of daylight in the last half hour before the sun sets, but I will go through everything tomorrow when I'm packing the rucksack back up before I leave. I would just like to say thanks now though to everybody that's bought one of my cotton bud patches. It's really helped me to recoup some of the costs of getting them done. It was a bit of a vanity thing really, but I hope you're happy with them and you're displaying them proudly on whatever bits of kit you use. They're still available on the Cotton Bud Bandcamp. I'll put a link in the description. Right, let's get this hammock set up. Right, this is all the stuff that I used for that camp and I'm about to put it all back in this bag. So let's start with the front pouch. There's my cook set, which is the Pocket Rocket gas stove, which is inside a titanium pot, which also has a folding spork, fire steel, and the gas canister in there. That's my pegs and cordage for the tarp and hammock, and that's my Yuko candle lantern with a lighter. Let's get all those in first. Now let's maybe do the side pockets here. So I've got 2 litres of water, which is a litre more than I had 2 years ago, and that's good because I've got plenty left for the walk home, because I've got to walk a few miles home. So there's also my rubbish bag and my pillow for the hammock. Let's look now at these sear pouches here, which, as I said before, can hold quite a few little niggly things but help you to organise them really well. So this side's more kind of medical. I've got a first aid kit, inhaler, sanitizer, some of those dehydrated wipes, a bit of spare cordage and some other spare wipes. So over on this side we have a little lantern, Swiss Army knife, wooden spoon, head torch, a charger and a couple of cables for phone and camera. Right, so we have the big boys down here which have to go in the main compartment. So let's start with the sleeping bag. Then there's my dry bag of clothes, which has merino base layers, a merino mid layer, spare socks, a hat, some snoods, that kind of thing. Next up is the Helikon Tex Swagman roll, which I used as a hammock under blanket for the first time last night. I've never used it before because I'm always worried it's not going to be warm enough, but because it was such a mild night, I did give it a go. It's quite easy to fix. It sort of just cinches up and gets attached to the carabiners at the end that I keep anyway for my other under blankets. And it also doubled up potentially as a coat, although it was too warm last night to use it that way, but it was good to know it was there just in case the temperature dipped. So let's get that away next. Okay, lastly is the hammock itself, which is the hammock on one side and the DD Superlight tarp on the other. There's also the bug net and all the tree huggers and slings and all that kind of thing. So put that in at the top. Okay, now I did forget actually there's this flap here which has my DEET in it, the insect repellent, which I needed for the mozzies, and my toilet kit. So that just stays on the top there. That gets zipped up, cinched down, and we can put that over there like that. That's my brew kit, which has gone down a bit, which goes in a little flap at the back, which is a load easier to put stuff in when it's not cinched down, so let's do that. Right, bushcraft gloves can just hang off this carabiner here. Helinox ground chair. Didn't strictly need that, but I've never been able to do things while sitting in the hammock, such as cook. I know some people can, but I've never managed it. It's always a bit too uncomfortable, so it's nice to have a chair. Cinch that down there. Okay, and that, apart from the ground sheet, which folds up about that big, and I'll pop in one of these side pockets, and my sit pad here that I'm kneeling on, which will go at the front here, is everything packed away. The weight of it is about 12 kilos. So it is a little bit heavier than it was 2 years ago, but I have got a lot more water and a chair. So I'm very happy with that. So just one last update before I set off. The issue that I had with this sort of ridge here digging into the small of my back, I'm happy to say isn't a problem anymore. I don't know whether it's broken in or whether I've got used to it, but I'm happy to say not an issue, which makes it a pretty perfect bag for me now. It's great in the warmer months when you don't have to carry as much, but also surprisingly versatile in the winter as well. I'm hoping to do a ground dwelling camp in winter with a fire just using this pack, so look out for that later next season. Right, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.